Hey guys, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year here from AJ, manager at Sexy in the City in Pattaya, Thailand. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a video. I apologize, but we're starting to pick up for high season and got a lot going on. I wanted to do a video before we get into the craziness that is Christmas, New Year. I did a podcast on this. Again, I'll put the link down below, and I'm going to do another podcast soon. But I have not done a video about it. So I'm just going to do a quick video on Christmas and New Year in Pattaya, some of the events and things that are going to be going on about it, and just to kind of give you guys my Christmas message to you. So obviously it's not very cold in Pattaya normally, but you'll notice today I'm wearing a hoodie. That's because in Pattaya it is a bone-chilling, this evening anyways, probably about 15 Celsius later tonight. Now I know those of you back in Scotland or America or Iceland are like, 15? That's a summer day. I'm aware. What's funny is though, here in Thailand, where the average temperature is about 27, 28, or in the summer 30 plus, they're not used to it. So you see them having fires everywhere. You see them bundled up in scarves, coats, mittens, gloves. This is weather that back in the States or back in, you know, the UK, people would be wearing shorts and a singlet and be like, this is fantastic weather. And that's always funny to see this time of year. In fact, to be honest, northern Thailand like Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai tend to be quite cold, especially in the higher altitudes. And they actually put out warnings about watching out for being too cold. People actually die because it's too cold and they're not prepared for it. Only reason I say that is because to those of you back home watching the snow and everything else, 16 probably sounds like a paradise. Keep in mind I haven't been home in about 4 years. It's not cold to me. I normally keep my aircon at about 18 anyways, so it's enjoyable, but it's the one time a year I can break out my hoodie, so that works out. So Christmas and New Year's in Pattaya. So in the past couple of years, and I talked about this in my morning video, we were not having any sort of fireworks or celebrations out of respect for the passing of His beloved Majesty the King. That is going to be different this year. In fact, just before I filmed this video, somebody lit off a whole bunch of fireworks. Keep in mind, I'm making this video on the 19th. Sort of like Songkran, it only increases in intensity every single day up until New Year. So what do I mean by intensity? Very simple. Fireworks, poppers, silly string, fake snow, including bigger fireworks, little fireworks, all over the place. In prior years I've seen people firing bottle rockets at each other in the street, which is probably not recommended, by the way. I've seen Chinese fireworks this big that light up the town for 2 minutes. Is that going to happen this year? That's debatable. We already see the popper, silly string, and smaller box fireworks out there. The Army's not a fan, so we may see it, we may not. But what I always tell people, if you're in town here during the high season, so to speak, don't be surprised if on some of the small side soys, soy 6, soy 7, soy 8, places like that, even LK Metro, if somebody douses you with silly string, it's just a quick brush off. Yeah, it's a pain in the hair. Don't get angry. Same as Songkran. If you get pissed off because somebody hit you with Songkran, like Songkran hit you with silly string, you might be in for a bad idea, especially if they're Thai. Just smile, say Happy New Year, and keep walking. Do expect to get hit by silly string, especially on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and even a little bit New Year's Day. All over the town you'll have these little poppers that you hear every 2 minutes. They're harmless. If you're brave enough, you can actually bite them and eat them if you want to, but you know, it scares the girls, but it's fun to see. As for the city itself, there's several really nice Christmas displays throughout town. Probably the best, especially for those of you who want a photo op, is at Central Festival with a tree that's probably about 50 feet plus from there and one of the biggest in Asia. So if you're into photo ops, they also do Christmas carols there and other events as well, if you're into that. Now me, I spent 15 years in the retail business. The last thing I want to hear is Christmas carols all fucking day. But if you really want to do it, that's where you can go. Now, for New Year itself, right after Christmas, there will be something called Countdown Festival. What that means is, for several days before New Year's, there will be concerts, events, and other items down and around the Walking Street Valley High Pier area. It's mostly Thai rock bands, not to be confused with Isan bands. A lot of them are a fun time. They're free to go to. You'll probably want to buy a beer or two, but they're free and they're entertaining, and they literally count down until New Year. Generally on New Year's Eve is when they have the most popular artists. In prior years they've had Body Slam, Rain, and other similar stuff like that. Also, Central Festival has concerts scheduled. They have a little thing out front of Central Festival that tells you when those dates will go on. Fireworks, the big fireworks, already go this year. It will obviously be on New Year's Eve, probably about 9 o'clock, and you'll be able to see it from the beach as well. And since they haven't had a proper fireworks display in almost 2 years, expect it to be one hell of a show, especially if you want to bring in the new year right. A couple other things for New Year's here. So every New Year's there is a major crackdown in the Pattaya and Thailand in general on drunk driving. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a preacher. I'm not going to go ahead and tell you what to do or what not to do. I will tell you it's not a joke like it was years ago. If you drive drunk on a motorbike or a car and get caught here, you may be looking at 48 hours in a Thai prison cell. That's not something you want to do, and a 20,000 baht plus fine. Get a taxi. They're everywhere. Motorbike taxis, etc. There's no excuse. Don't drive drunk. As for my Christmas message, you know, if you haven't come to Pattaya yet, why wait? Ask me any questions in the comments. Send me a PM if you'd like from there. I wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you after the 1st. Take care.